love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank.
Hey everyone, welcome to another YouTube for Real Estate Bosses Live. Sorry, coming to you from beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining in today. If you have questions, if you have challenges, put them in the comments. I'll be able to see the comments and I can answer them directly for you. So today we're going to take on a really big topic. It's a topic that it's probably one of the number one questions I get, because when I talk to people about YouTube and explain the magnitude of YouTube and not only what it can do for you, but the size of it, well, people sometimes seem to get a little bit, skittish. They got a lot of questions and they're trying to figure out how their voice, how their videos can be heard amongst all of the other videos that are out there. You know, many of you have seen me say this before or heard me say this before. At last count, YouTube has 1 billion views per day. Okay, we're going to break that down a little bit. That's over 40 million days, okay? 1 billion hours equals 40 billion days, over 40 billion days. And if you break that down to years, that's over 100,000 years a day. So it's actually moving faster than time itself. But that's okay, because you're not after all those billions of eyeballs out there. What you're after are the people that are looking for the answers. They're searching for the answers that you're going to provide the answers to in your videos. And it's really not all that daunting when it comes down to it. Yes, there's a lot of eyeballs out there, but for the most part, really what you're going to do is be speaking to an audience actually that will be attracted to you, and they'll want to listen to what you have to say, because, well, they may want to buy in your area and they're trying to find out a lot of information about it, or they're looking to sell as well. And those people looking to sell, they may not have sold for quite some time. I think the average is Americans move about every 7 to 8 years. And sometimes that's a lot longer. Remember, that's an average. So, you know, it could be 10, 15, 20 years since someone has moved last. And they're trying to figure out the best way to sell their house, you know, how to go about selling it, since times have changed. Well, since the last time that they sold a house. So we're going to get into that today. And take a deep dive into that. And also we're going to take a look at some other stats about video in general across the board. So you get a better understanding again of the actual magnitude of what videos can do for your business. Okay. Let's see. I think we may have some folks here. Yeah, we got a bunch of folks. And let me slide on over to this side and see what we got going over on this monitor over here. Very cool. Okay. And yeah, so again, if you have any questions, you have any challenges, bring those in. I'll be answering those just a little bit later on. But let's kind of get into how you can actually speak to your audience, how you can actually have your audience start to appear right before you, right on your channel. And, you know, the basics of this whole thing is that you need to be relevant. You have to kind of guess the question that they're going to be putting into YouTube for a search and delivering those answers to them. And there's a number of different tools that you can use to do that. But if you're relevant, if you're answering the questions that they're looking for most of the time, then you're going to create this following, this subscriber base that, well, not only will be subscribers, but they will then share your videos with other people as well. You know, a lot of times it's not just one person looking for a house. It's typically a family that could be doing that, or it could be, you know, a group of people. And they want to share that not only with, you know, maybe a spouse, but also with their friends, other relatives, people that may live there already. And that's a fantastic way for your channel to start to grow, because the more you get, you know, shared across the board, well, frankly, the more people are going to see your videos, and they're going to tune in to learn even more about what your channel is and what you're delivering to them. So, you know, let's stay on the the relevant side of things for just a few minutes. I've seen a lot of channels along the way that, will start out talking about different parts of real estate, and then they'll do something along the lines that's totally out of left field. And that, may work in your mind or their mind, that's okay to do, but really what you're doing at that point is you're messing with the algorithms for YouTube, okay? Because YouTube, they will go ahead and they don't really push your videos to an audience. What they do is they will put your videos in front of an audience that may like your videos. They have seen other videos similar to yours, and they think that this would interest them. So, if you're in this circle over here and you're giving a constant relevant message about real estate in your town, your area, and then you come out with something a little left, in left field, like, hey, I bought this new, power mixer thing and it works great, and I'm going to show you how it works. Well, that's going to mess with the algorithms. I've seen a lot of people do that, and also people, and this is a big problem, especially if you have a channel that you started and you really haven't gotten any traction with it. So what actually happens is they're asking, well, do I get rid of that old channel or do I start a whole new channel? Most of the time the answer is start a new channel, because those other videos that you've done previously, well, they're irrelevant to what you're going to be putting out, what you'll be producing. So you really want to try to get away from those, because, YouTube, like I just mentioned, you're in a circle right over here, and you might have been talking about a bunch of different things, the beaches, the mountains, whatever it happens to be, but nothing really relevant to real estate in your area. And all of a sudden you start talking about real estate in your area, and they're like, wait a minute, I don't even know who to push this out to. Well, again, not push it out to, but to suggest this too. So you have to maintain your relevancy in the topics that you're talking about, just not in the actual video itself, the content of the video. You need to be relevant throughout your whole stream of videos, your whole library that you put out there. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't change up the topics every once in a while, or do a different format, like doing maybe some shorts or doing some live broadcasts. People love live broadcasts, and well, some of you are watching this live right now, and some of you will watch it in the future as a recorded video, and that's okay too. But it's live, it's spontaneous. There's no going back, there's no redos. It is what it is. So, people really love that, and you can make those kind of videos as well. People do love them. And some people, kind of get used to doing lives when they're doing home tours for people, especially like a couple of years ago when COVID was at its highest. We were doing a lot of these virtual showings where we're going in, we're using FaceTime or Zoom or whatever it is. And that's kind of a live broadcast as well. So some of you are really used to doing it, and you see the interaction that you could possibly have. And I can see that here, with comments that come in, people that are watching this, there's Bill. How you doing, Bill? And there's, can't even see who that is. Okay, that's Daniel, I think. Yeah, it's really a very simple format once you get it down, to get your videos in front of eyeballs that are looking for the answers that you're providing. And let's kind of take it step by step and bring you down that path, so that way you understand that this is not insurmountable. There's a lot of people out there that are watching videos on a daily basis. But if you can, again, deliver that to them, that relevancy to them, then they're going to keep tuning back in, okay? One of the things that a lot of people do, and this is just, kind of a jump ahead a little bit, is they'll do videos, and they maybe put their phone number in there, or maybe they'll put their email in there, but there's a proven methodology to use when you're doing this, and that is to exchange your information for their information, because, well, you want them to not only see your videos and like you and everything else, but what they also want is they want to, they want to communicate with you. And if you have their contact information, you can be the first one to communicate with them. And if not, then that's okay. When they are ready, they will connect with you. So, here we go with how to actually be seen when you're doing it. I talked about relevancy, but it is using a few different tools. TubeBuddy, for instance, is one of them. Keywords Everywhere is another one. CoSchedule is yet another one, where you're not only looking for the topic that you want to do, but you want to go for a topic that is resonating with people, what they are searching for already. You don't want to create a video that no one is searching for. You want to create videos that people are looking for answers from, okay? And that's the kind of videos that you want to do. So using these tools, going in and using TubeBuddy, where it'll give you actually weighted scores as to how well that video does out there in YouTube, okay? Keywords Everywhere, very similar but different because it gets a bit more exact. It'll actually give you the number of views on any monthly basis, and you can go 3 months or even longer out. But that's a tool that will give you the exact number of how many searches are being done. And believe it or not, when you're using that tool, sometimes even zero searches is not bad if the relevancy is that good, okay? If the video quality is that good and the relevancy is that good, people will watch it, even though they may not be searching for it. Now, the last one I mentioned was CoSchedule, and CoSchedule is basically designed for headlines or people that are titling books. But it is being used by so many different creators in YouTube, in the YouTube space, because it breaks it down for you. It tells you the actual grammatical level that you're speaking to someone on, like a high school level. It'll break down the grade for you. It'll give you emotional words. It'll give you common words. It'll make suggestions for you to insert different words so that you can get a higher score, so that when people are scrolling through, they see your thumbnail, they stop for a second, they read your description, your title, and if that grabs them, if it's something that they're looking for or they want to learn more about, then they'll stop. And that's a great tool to use when you're starting out, especially to get people to start to watch your videos, okay? With all of these eyeballs that are out there that I've been talking about on YouTube, I could tell you, even in a city like Charleston, there are no more than 10 consistent creators out there on YouTube putting out videos on a regular basis. I can go into some cities, and I've looked at other cities where, the population is 2, 3, 5, 10 times the size of Charleston, and there's still no more than just a handful, maybe a couple of dozen of creators that are out there doing it on a regular basis. And we're going to take a look at some of those stats in just a bit. But you're not competing against all of those other people that are talking about widgets. They're talking about lawnmowers. They may be talking about washing machines. They may be talking about how to fix a car. They may be talking about buying new appliances or whatever it happens to be. That's not your competition. Your competition are the handful, the couple of dozens that may be in your marketplace, and even that is okay. I've worked with multiple people, multiple agents in basically the same exact market, but their messages are totally different. And why is that? Well, because when they start creating videos, they're touching on topics and relevancies that are different than the other people in their marketplace, because everyone has a point of view, and your point of view is not right or wrong. It's your point of view, and people want to experience that. They want to see it. They want to compare what one person is saying about one town or city compared to another. They want to see the good, the bad, the ugly. They want to see everything. And, I hear this a lot from creators, especially ones that are starting out. They're coming to me to ask me for help with their channel. They say that they have done a lot of research on YouTube to figure out YouTube, okay? And they get confused because there's so much contradiction that you hear from one creator to another creator to another creator to another creator and onward. They get totally overwhelmed. They can't figure it out for themselves. And there's a real reason for that, okay? Because what they're doing, who they're turning into, who they're watching, those people really don't have anything to do with real estate. Okay, again, the guys that are talking about appliances or widgets or cars or boats or music or whatever it happens to be, And for them, for those verticals, okay, for those topics, those answers that they're giving people could be working for them, but it's not going to necessarily work in the real estate vertical because we are a niche within itself, okay? And we need to speak to people that are looking for answers, that want to buy real estate, that want to sell real estate. In this country, typically we have about 5 to 6 million homes sold per year. And, when you think about it, it's not all that much when you look at the amount of cars that are purchased throughout the year, or maybe vacuum cleaners, or maybe headlamps, or whatever it happens to be. Products especially that are consumable, they far outweigh the amount of sales that happen in real estate. So our market is more finite. So the more you could speak directly to your marketplace, directly to your audience, and deliver to them that relevant material, that the relevant videos and content, the more that they're going to be attracted to you, because they'll be like, Eureka, yes, I finally found someone that is speaking to what I want to know. And they may have seen 2 or 3 other folks from your area that were talking about something similar, but you never know when it resonates with them. And you can tell it resonates with them when they start subscribing to your channel. And then they start asking you questions. And then they start contacting you and saying things like, hey, I'm coming to town in a couple of weeks. I'd love to get together with you and look at some homes. Or, hey, we've been thinking about selling our house. We've been watching your videos, trying to figure it out. We finally made that decision, and we'd like to chat with you about selling our house. It happens literally every single day. I would say there's one a week, and I know as a fact right now, we're working with 4 different folks that are on their way to Charleston in the next 2 to 3 weeks to look at real estate. Okay, that's what they want to do. And that happens every single month. There are comments made literally every single day on my channels, okay, and other channels that I help agents with. And you get all kinds of different messages, not just, hey, we want to come to town, we're looking for this or looking for that, but then you get people that are subscribing to your channel, or subscribing to your, say, your relocation guide, or your buyer's guide, or your seller's guide. And those people, they may not be ready to step off the curb yet. They may not be ready to start looking actively or wanting to sell actively, but they're definitely in queue, okay? They're getting ready, and they've taken this information. They want to learn more. So, this happens all the time. Literally, it's nonstop. And it's fantastic when it does happen, especially in the beginning, because all of the hard work that you've put into it, well, you see it starting to pay off. And that's fantastic. And then it starts to grow from there. And I don't know too many people that have had, in the last month, 4 different people from different parts of the country reach out to them and say, I would like you to help me purchase some property. It doesn't happen that often unless you're doing videos like this, okay? You can't do it through Facebook ads. Those are probably, the worst. Google ads are probably a little bit better, because Google, you have to have some intent. You're putting a query in there to search. Buying Zillow leads and buying realtor leads and all of that stuff, that speed to lead kind of stuff, you have to be the first one, because you're not the only person getting that lead. And, those people that may have made up their mind to do something, but not every single one of them really is going to follow through. Recently I heard Ricky Cruz talk about this, and this is something that I was saying just a couple of years ago. There are literally hundreds of millions of leads that are generated for real estate each and every year. And just a couple of minutes ago, you heard me say that, well, there's only 5 to 6 million homes that sell per year. And out of that 5 to 6 million that sell, 73% will use an agent that they know or worked with before or was referred to them, okay? So if you take away, just using round numbers, 70% of that, say, 6 million, that's 4.2 million that are already going to use someone that they have met, that they've been referred to, or that they've used before. It's really kind of simple. Now, I said met because meeting is meeting someone on video. Video equals meeting, okay? They have watched you, they have experienced you, they have seen your face, heard your voice, they understand your mannerisms, and that's meeting you, and they're reaching out to you. So you can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on all kinds of fancy marketing. You can spend thousands of dollars per month buying leads from these big box sellers of leads, and you still won't have the same quality, the same relationships that you get when you create your videos. Okay, so that's how you cut through the clutter of 1 billion views. Okay, the billion is worldwide. It's all over the place, all different topics, you name it, it's out there. But you're only interested in real estate, and that's who you want to speak to. And when I talk about all those other eyeballs out there, and it's not just people talking about inanimate objects or how to fix this or how to do that. There's a lot of businesses out there that look to YouTube to bring them customers and ROI as well. And let's take a look at a couple of those right now. I'm going to jump over to our website, our friends over at Wise Owl, and they've got some 2022 information that they've put up about videos. I want to share some of that with you so you get a better understanding, a better idea of really, it's not just real estate that's trying to put out videos to gain business. There's a lot of other businesses out there too, but there's some really surprising stats in here that I think that you'll see that really prove out again why YouTube is really the preferred platform for people that want to attract business to them. So let me do a screen share, and then I got to do some other stuff here. Alrighty, here we go. So we're going to jump over here, and I'm going to actually hit my magnifying glass because, well, I'm getting a little old. This first section here, actually, let me go back here for a second. This 86% of businesses use video as a marketing tool, okay? That includes real estate. We're just going to take a quick peek at it. And let me grab my magnifying glass thingy. And so we look back from 2016 all the way to 22, and you can see the increase, the percentage of people using video in their business. It was back in 16 at 61%. And as you can see now, 86% are using videos of some sort in their marketing. And there's a really good reason for that. Okay, and actually Wise Owl will break that down a little bit more as we kind of go through this. There are some people that don't use it for whatever reason. They think it's too expensive. They haven't figured it out yet. First-time marketers, they seem to be a little bit more hesitant to jump in there. But let's look at the kind of videos that are being produced. And let's see here. We've got screen recorded videos. We see those all the time. A lot of times those are, people doing screen capture things, and they're doing an explainer kind of a video. There's 9% animated, 33%. And then live action. I spoke about this just a little while ago. Live action is the same thing as doing a live broadcast. Okay, so those are the kinds of videos that are being created as well. If we go down a little bit further, they break down the actual types of videos. Okay, so the purpose of the video created. The explainer videos at 74%, social media videos 68%. Social media, do not confuse social media with YouTube. YouTube is not a social media platform, okay? It's just simply not. People are doing video presentations at 60%. They're doing video ads, okay? 42%. They're doing teaser ads. They're doing onboarding customers, training staff, all that kind of good stuff. The list goes on. But those are the type of videos that are being done out there, and that's a lot of that billion views that are out there, okay? Again, it's not all real estate. There's not 1 billion real estate views being seen every single day, okay? This is really interesting here. This is the actual amount of money that people are spending per video. And I can tell you the cost of doing videos, I've been doing this for a long time, about a decade. And doing a video back in the day, man, it took forever and it was expensive. I mean, real expensive. But 40% are spending between $0 and $500 per video. Now, I know even $500 sounds expensive for a video, but some people, well, they have videographers and they, have, high-tech editors and things like that. And again, this is not just real estate. This is across the board, the businesses that were surveyed. 20% will spend between $500 and $1,000. 29% will spend a little bit more than that, and that typically tends to be, the Fortune 500 and above kind of companies that are doing that. But then it drops down real significantly. The 8% of the businesses out there are doing between 5,000 and 10,000, and those are probably more the Fortune 100 kind of companies. And 1% are really spending a ton of money on there, and then of course 2% of 20,000. I don't know anybody that's spending $20,000 on a video. I'd love to see that kind of video for $20,000, frankly, but it's definitely come down in cost. The ease of doing it across the board for everyone. Like I say, you have 50% of the equipment probably in your hand right now. It's your cell phone. Okay, let's take a quick look at who's making the videos, and that is right here. Who creates the videos for businesses? Okay. 32% are made externally, so they're hiring people to do that, okay? 12%, there's a mix. They use some outside, they do some inside, all right? And the internal is 55. And I can tell you that most of the real estate agents right now that are out there, most of the real estate videos are being done internally. Between that $0 and $500, those are being done internally. You don't have to spend a lot of money on creating your videos. You could pay for an editor, and that can run you anywhere if you're using Fiverr to maybe, Outwork. Yeah, you could be spending upwards of $200 for a video there. Some are even more, and there are some subscriptions out there, just to let you know, and they usually run about $450 to $600 per month, and that's usually for anywhere from 3 to 4 videos. So you could do the math and kind of figure out what it actually costs per. So what does success look like with these videos that are being done out there? When we look at that, okay, what the success looks like, 62%, okay, say that they're getting video engagement, okay, which is that's sharing, that's comments, that's tagging. It's a whole bunch of different things. They're engaging with it. They're giving it a thumbs up, whatever it happens to be. Video views, okay, 61%. I spoke about this the other day when I was in San Antonio. That is the number one thing that most people will equate a successful video with. If you watched that presentation that I did, you now know that that's not what really should be the determining factor of a successful video. It's really not. What it really is your click-through rate, your CTR, and your average duration view, or AVD, actually, the average view duration of your videos. Okay, and I'll explain in a little bit why those are more important. 60% are leads. Okay, this is key. Again, these are industries all over the place, but 60% are getting leads coming in from their videos. That's amazing, okay? That is higher than any other lead source out there, okay? It is just hands down. You can try to argue it all day, but you really can't. Brand awareness. This ties in directly to you, okay? Because you are the brand. And as much as your videos are giving information to people that are searching for that information, the reality is you're also branding yourself simultaneously. Okay, that's why people are getting to know you, like you, trust you, and follow you, right? They're subscribing to your channel. Customer engagement, okay, that's great. We want people to engage. We want people to ask for our relocation guides, our buyer's guides, seller's guides, etc. And it's 27% say it goes right to the bottom line of sales. Okay, that's why they're doing it. Let's take a look at some other of the stats as well. Let's see here, the ROI. This is something that I touched on right in the beginning, but the ROI from 2015 through 22, okay, right there, the ROI has gone from 55% up to 87%. 87% are return on your investment. That's incredible, okay? That's the amount of traffic that is increased to a particular business over the last 7 years. It's gone from 55% to over 86%, okay? So it was 87 and 81, it actually went down by 1. But that's still an incredible amount of the return on investment, right, when you're looking at it. When we look at, let's take another good one here. Okay. Marketers who have increased users' understanding with a video. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about, right? We're talking about people understanding about your town, okay, about your city, about what you have to offer. From 2015, it was at 80%. To 22, it has jumped up to 94%, 14% in 7 years. That's 2% per year. That has jumped up on average, and that's phenomenal. People are looking more and more for your information, your uniqueness. Okay? This, for our industry, is probably one of the more key factors, one of the more key stats that Wiseowl puts out. When we look at this, marketers who have increased lead generation with videos. From 2019 to 2022, it has jumped from 81% to 86%. It has risen every single year, and that's exactly what we want to do. Now, lead generation, yeah, I know that's kind of a dirty word, and we really don't look at it as lead generation. It's more relationship generation. So just replace the lead with relationship, and you get the idea here that you are creating these relationships. It is huge. And let's take a look at one or two more real quick. Let's see. What do we have here? Let's see. Yes. This is the one I was looking for. The average hours online that people are spending, okay? We know there's 1 billion views of YouTube, but there's other places that people watch videos as well. But from 2018 to 2022, the average hours online videos watched per week has gone from 10.5 hours per week to 19 hours per week, people watching it, okay? So whether they're on their phone, whether they have a smart TV, whatever it happens to be, they're streaming, they're getting now 19 hours of watch time per week of their videos. So it's really very, very poignant, okay, when it comes to the power of video and how it can be used in your business. It's not all about just trying to grab a lead to come in and deal the next transaction and get through it. It's about building that relationship. I could tell you that basically for every single relationship that I form, okay, where I actually have someone that comes and they want me to work with them, I will get typically 2 more pieces of business from that. And why? Well, the answer is really simple, because I underdeliver, that's wrong. I underpromise and overdeliver. And when I do that, people are absolutely floored. They feel like they found their lucky charm, okay? And I tell my family this, and I kid with them every, holiday season. I say, look, man, you guys got to up your game here, okay? I'm getting more gifts from my clients than I am from you all, okay? So, step up your game a little bit. But that's the reality, okay? If you can attract those people into you, they like you already. They want to work with you. And then you take them through the whole experience from the beginning all the way to the end, and you work on the relationship, not the transaction. And they will turn around and do amazing things for you and your business. And it really doesn't get any simpler than that, okay? with all those eyeballs out there looking all over YouTube, watching all these different videos, our vertical is very slim, okay? Very, very slim. And the competition is not great at all, okay? There's some other stuff that I want to share with you that's directly relevant to our industry. And this came out just the other day. And this is, let me just find it here on my screen. There we go. This is from actually Realtor Magazine, okay? And this came out, let's see, I don't think it's July 11th. So just 2 weeks ago, this came out, okay? I read this. I made a short video about it the other day. I dropped this out there. But what it tells you is a couple of key factors, okay? And it's telling you how real estate agents are using technology. Some of it really does not apply to what we're talking about today, so I'm going to jump over that, but I'm going to go on down to where it does, okay? Yes, they're talking about social media and they're talking about websites and stuff like that, but let's take a look at the actual platform, and they call it a website, but it's a website platform, whatever you want to call it, that people are using. And let me grab a magnifier again. And here we go. This is active use of social professional network websites, okay? Number one, not a real big surprise, Facebook. 72% are using it professionally, and 76% of people are using it personally, okay? I think probably that number is a little bit higher, but then again. LinkedIn, number two, 55% of people are using it professionally, and it goes to 21% for personally. And that makes a lot of sense because that really is more of a business professional platform, right? Instagram fell way down, and Instagram used to be up there right underneath Facebook. That's why Facebook bought Instagram. That is down to 45%. You know, and I see these gurus out there all the time pushing Instagram. Be on Instagram. Put ads on Instagram. Put videos on there. Put reels on there. Yes, I put reels on there, but it's not to really attract business. I'm more educating agents that are out there with it. Instagram as a personal use goes to 47, but this is where it gets really interesting. The next one down, number 4, YouTube. Okay, 26%. Only 26% of agents out there are using it professionally. That means that they're doing videos, that they're trying to inform people about their towns, their cities, their areas. Only 26%. There are 1.5 million, according to the latest stats at NAR, 1.5 million realtors, never mind the real estate agents that are not realtors, okay? So think about that, 25% of roughly 1.5 million, you're looking at maybe, I want to say somewhere probably right around 400,000, probably less than that are actually using it out of all those people, okay? 400,000 is way too high, it's probably more like 300,000. I don't have a calculator here, and well, my math in my head was just it ain't going to work. But anyway, 33% of those folks, they use it personally, and that's probably more entertainment purposes than anything else. And it's probably also when they're looking up how to change their headlight or something like that. So those stats, they're staggering. Okay, only 26% of all those agents. Let me see if I can whip this up real fast. 1.5 million, let me give you the real numbers here, right? Times 0.26, 390,000 agents. That was about right, about 400,000 agents. They are using the platform. Your competition is not even a third of the amount of people that are out there that are selling real estate, okay? Let's go down a little bit further, and this is the frequency that people are using business software, okay? And this, to me, I mean, when I read this, I was like, I literally fell out of my chair. I'm like, help, I've fallen. I can't get up. It knocked me out, okay? People are using multiple listings, electronic contracts, e-signatures, document prep, contract management, social media managers, customer relations, transaction managers, comparative market analysis, graphic presentations, right? And then video. Video is all the way at the bottom. used daily or nearly every day. When we go down to video, it is 10%. 10% are using video on a daily basis. That's insane. Okay? If we go back to that 1.5 million realtors out there, that's 150,000 realtors that are every single day using it. Do you think the competition is really that steep now? There might be a billion views, but you're dealing with 150,000 realtors across the country. How many are in your town, in your area, in your city? Not that many. This one really blew me away. Okay, we can go through the rest, a few times a week, a few times a month, a few times a year, but this one really got me. Okay, rarely or never used. Okay, if we scroll down here to videos, it is right here at 45%. Half, almost half of the realtors out there, of real estate agents, are not using video at all. Do you think that's an opportunity for you? Do you think you can have your voice heard, your message heard, your videos watched, people reaching out to you? More than half, are between never using it and using it kind of infrequently, a few times a year. If we go over 17%, add the 17 to the 45, that's it's almost 60%. Almost 60% of people are never using it or just a few times a year. That should tell you a lot, okay? The door is wide open. And the door is wide open, and this particular time, with our market shifting, okay, where we're seeing homes staying on the market longer, where we're seeing more price reductions, where we're seeing more people looking for answers to their questions that they have about the real estate market and what's going on in their local city or a city or town or area that they want to move to. Okay? It really doesn't get any more simpler than that, any more direct than that. There's hardly any realtors out there or real estate agents producing videos, even at all. Okay? 45% ever do. 17% maybe a couple times a year, but that doesn't mean they're even producing videos. That means maybe they're doing something else with it, right? They're using it for whatever else, maybe one of those sketch videos, or they're running some kind of ad that they had created. So now is the time. Now is the time to start connecting, to start making those relationships. Connections equal contracts. It's really that simple, okay? You have to connect with them. And people are out there looking literally for you. Okay, you may not know that. They may not have knocked on your door, and they're not going to. What they're going to do is they're going to actually watch your videos. And then they will knock on your door. Okay? We talked about this in the beginning. This is, going back, 30 minutes ago or so. People are looking for answers. They want to know exactly what to do. They want to know what is the best course of action for them, how to save money, how quickly can their house sell, why will their house sell, how come their house won't sell. There are so many different things that you could talk about and speak right to these people. And you, by doing videos, are in their purse, their pocket, right, every single day. It doesn't go away. It's there. Unless you take that video down, it's there. You're in their living room when you're watching a smart TV. Your videos are there. They're everywhere. You're in their bedroom. And a lot of times, well, we know this is a fact. Yeah, you're in their bathroom too with them. Okay? They're watching videos there. They're watching videos in so many different places. And you're constantly there. You're with them all of the time. Okay? And that is something no other medium can do. Nothing. Okay, radio can't do it. Okay, TV can't do it. Okay, yeah, you could stream and watch it on your app if you want to do that. But, this is so simple, and YouTube is designed it this way. It's simply a click, and you have a plethora of videos there. And you probably know this just as a user of YouTube as well. YouTube, when you start watching videos about some topic, it could be real estate or it could be music or whatever it happens to be, well, you see in the browse section or in the suggested section, well, what starts showing up? other videos similar to what you watched. Okay? They know what you watch. They know everything. When you upload a video, they understand the words. They read the words. They have it translated by AI. They know what town you're talking about. They know what area that you're talking about, that your video is about. They know all of that stuff. And they will bring that audience there. Okay? Remember, they don't push it out to them. They'll bring the audience there. And they'll give them an opportunity to click on it. So really kind of wrapping it up, I mean, that is how you are found, watched, and then doing business with people amongst all of those 1 billion views a day. Okay, you're not competing with that. Okay, you're competing with such a small amount. Okay, 45% of agents don't even go and touch YouTube at all. Only 10% use it on a daily basis. 150,000 realtors. Okay, this is from Realtor.com, okay, or from Realtor Magazine. You're dealing with 150,000. That's not a whole lot, okay? Let's see, anybody jumping in here? Any comments? If you guys have any comments, throw them in there. If you have any questions, throw them in there. Happy to answer them for you. Let's see. Yeah, no, we won't answer that one. Yeah, so throw them in there if you have any questions. I'm about to wrap this up in just a minute or two. I've done a lot of talking, a lot of fast talking. The good news is this is being recorded. You can go back and watch it as many times as you like. If you have questions for me outside of this video, feel free to contact me. You know I'm here to help you. And if you don't know that, I am. I'm here to help you. You know, I travel around the country. I'm very fortunate to sometimes be part of the Zero to Diamond tour. You know, in each and every one of those speakers that go there, we all go on our own dime. We're not paid to do this. We pay everything, okay, from airlines to hotels to Ubers to rental cars to food to whatever, just essentials. We pay for it all. Why? Because we want to help you, okay, and we want to see you succeed. Each and every one of us believe that we can help you succeed and stay in the business and then thrive in the business. And that's what this channel is about. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube for Real Estate Bosses yet, go and subscribe on YouTube. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, go and join the Facebook group. The links were sent out earlier today. YouTube for Real Estate Bosses. It's there. Just click on it, you know, and you basically automatically in the group. You can bring questions there. You can bring your videos there. You can bring your challenges there. You can bring your ideas and get feedback. There's a lot of great creators in there, and it's a fun place. And it's a safe place too. You know, I just want to make sure that you know that. You know, if anyone steps out of line, they got to deal with me first of all. And you know, if you ever met me, you probably understand what that means. But it is a safe place, and you know, the more you engage in it, the more you'll get out of it. Just like anything else, the more you put in, the more you get out. Okay, so go over, join those places, subscribe to them, look for updates. Virtually every single day, I drop a new short. Okay. And that new short is on whatever topic happens to strike me for that day. But it's always something that's educational, something you're going to learn, something that is new to you. I can almost guarantee most of the time that it is. And it will help you grow your channel. It'll help you become a better creator. It will help you understand the whole methodologies that go into this. So if you're looking to start your channel, if you already have a channel and you need some help with it, whatever it happens to be, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help you. I appreciate your time today. If you have any other comments when we're off of this, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below on YouTube, or if this is on Facebook, you're watching this on Facebook, just drop the comments in there. I will definitely get back to you and answer your questions for you. Until next Tuesday, 4 o'clock East Coast time, I'll be back again. We have a whole nother topic that we're going to be covering that'll hopefully give you not only more inspiration, but it'll give you more drive, more reason to see the bigger picture and understand the bigger picture, and why that bigger picture is so important, and in your business strategy. Okay, so we're going to be touching on that next week. Until then, you all take care of yourselves, be safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you all real soon.